Good evening and welcome to a brand new one-day special. And oh my word, what a one-day special has we got for you. This is your launch hour, but what will be left after this hour, well, that's for down to you to decide. We are talking the big name, but at amazing prices of Liberty. Yes, indeed. Good evening and welcome to a brand new one-day special of your Liberty one-day special of that as well. And by Jove, have I got a brand new show for you. Everything I think you're about to see is brand new today. Some of them have not been seen before. So it's worth shopping ahead of me on the website if I was you. Now, before I get into all of this, let's introduce the lady herself, the brand ambassador for Liberty. We are talking the lovely Suzie. How are you, love?
Oh, good, thank you very much.
It's been a while.
It has, indeed.
But we all came into the studio. We've all been in the studio for a good hour and a half.
Yes.
Looking at these fabrics and going through all the fabrics because they are absolutely stunning.
Oh, they are. Yeah, gorgeous. You run out of words for it, adjectives, because they are absolutely glorious. It really is a trip through a midnight garden.
What is it about Liberty that draws you to them? You see a lot of fabrics in what you do. What was it about Liberty, obviously, apart from the name of Liberty, but what is it about Liberty that you go, oh, actually, I like working with these. These are what I like.
First of all, the quality.
Yep.
So the Lazenby cotton is superb to work with. It's really nice to handle. You know, whatever it is that you're going to create with it, be it dressmaking, be it quilting, be it just a simple pin cushion, it's going to finish perfectly. You're going to be able to match your points really well if you're point matching. Your applique will stand out properly. But the other thing with it is that within a collection, and indeed across collections, it's the way all the colours work together. So you can pick up any element within the collection and you know they'll match and colour coordinate together. Then you've got the backup of the Wiltshire shadows that we've got some of on the show today, that end that blending tone and again enhance the feature fabrics within collections.
I absolutely adore them. Right then, let's go through your one-day special as there are 3 different colour options. Now you are getting 5 half meters in this. Is the Midsummer Flower Show is what you're looking at here. So very new to the world. The Beautiful Flower Show is what we're talking about.
Yes.
So your first option that we are looking at over here, this is the Plum Option. So once again, you're getting all 5 of the options that you see here. Half meters is what you're getting at the moment. 5 half meters of your fabric bundle, £32.95. So that is your Plum option. Your next option is your multi that we're getting. So once again, it's a set of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and your 5. So it starts here. Okay, so from this one here all the way across, so those are your 5 that you are looking at now. 5 half metre pieces, £32.95, 902472 is your item number. The last option is the blue that we are looking at the moment. So these are your blue colourways. Once again, as Suzie said, it all works together. Now, it's all traditionally printed onto Lazenby cotton as well, so you are talking the best of the best is what we are getting on this one. £32.95, and once again, you are getting the big name of Liberty on all these, and a cracking little price, £32.95. All you simply have to do is pick your favourite option. So it works out to be £6.59 per half metre for Liberty fabric. Over £6 for Liberty fabric. Says it all, really, doesn't it? Does say it all. 902472 is your item number. Now, this next one is brand new. And I mean brand new. It's the first time you would have seen it on the television as well, so it's never been on TV before, and it's very rare it's anywhere, to be honest. This is the first time it's actually been seen.
Yeah, it's only been shipped this week, so so it's incredibly new.
So tell me about it. We're picking any 2.5 meters that we've got here, but what is it about this print that people adore?
So this is a collection called Emily Bell, and it's a new collection. Well, this is the second phase. It's coming in 3 phases. This is phase 2, and this is the Bright selection. And what it is the iconic Emily silhouette, which is the line-drawn floral motifs of marguerites, daisies, pansies, peonies, against a background colour. And you've got the intense screen-printed colours of Lazenby cotton with that white silhouette over the top, but the line drawing within it the detail is exquisite. So you can fussy cut little elements if you want to go small scale. But for dressmaking, I mean, a little girl's dress in this would just look
beautiful.
Unbelievably beautiful. To be fair, a big girl's dress my size would look really
well,
nice.
It would, little pin and pens. Well, you could, because it could be cut on a continuous length if you want to go for it. So if you're going for your 1/2 meters, you're going for 2.5 meters that you've got on this, it will be cut on the continuous. So if you go for 2 of the same colour, it will be cut on the continuous for you. 009107 is your item number that you're looking at this at the moment. The beautiful colourways. You've got that sort of ombre look that go through them all, which is absolutely beautiful. Let's go through the colours. So first of all, you've got your cobalt, which is in here. Beautiful cobalt. Absolutely stunning blue. I also like this next one though. Evening sky that you're looking at. How beautiful is that evening sky that you've got? From evening sky, you've got your peacock. Now, it looks so like the evening sky, but there is a massive difference that you're getting in here.
It's quite a jadey green
hue
to the blue.
It's beautiful. Yeah. From there, olive leaf. Once again, subtle sage green. Is what I'm calling it. Then you've got your lime, but not that zingy lime that we're all used to.
No.
It's that beautiful subtle green again.
Yeah, it's almost like green lemons. I know that sounds a bit weird, but you know those green lemons you can get?
It does look like. Then you've got mermaid. Love the colour of that mermaid.
Mermaid is so refreshing and bright, isn't it? It's
absolutely beautiful. From your mermaid, you've got your marine blue. That's nice as well. From marine blue, you've got your blue sky. Remember, you're picking any 2.5 meters. You've got your watermelon, which is sort of like a subtle pink that you've got running through there. So it's not like what you imagine a watermelon to be, but you've got that beautiful colourway. Up next, vintage pink.
So instead of the white, you've got a cream daisy flower aspect on that one.
So you can see the white in your pink and then in your watermelon, and then you've got your vintage pink, which is that vintage rose.
Yeah.
From there, you've got your candy floss. That's beautiful. From candy floss, we move into the mauve. True mauve as well. You've got your violet. I like the violet. Then you've got your saffron.
That's
true colour of saffron as well. That is nice. And then last but not least, you've got your sunshine yellow.
And it really is sunshine yellow.
It is a proper zingy yellow that you're looking at in that. Choose any two. Any two on a pick and mix for £15 and 98 pence. 009107 is your item number. You will be one of the first people to get your hands on these as well. You really, really will. The Emily Bell collection that we're looking at. Choose any two. It is one of the fabrics that will come on the continuous as well. Your one day special won't. This will come on the continuous. 009107 is that item number. £15 and 98 pence. Let me make this better for you though. That $15.98. Split the cost onto 2. So that today will be on 2 interest-free flexible payments is what you are looking at. So don't see these prices as $15.98. Split everything into 2 flexible payments. Okay, so it's worth having a little look at that, because that will make that it will be less than a tenner. Less than a tenner today for 2.5 meters is what you're looking at. Absolutely beautiful. From there, we've got the Midnight Collection pick and mix. So if you're liking the one day special, but you're thinking, I'm going to go for that, but I'm going to go for a bit of extra as well. You've got the full M that you've got, which is absolutely beautiful. So you've got all these to choose from, is what we're going for. Choose any two, pick and mix of any two, £15 and 98 pence again, 970388 is that item number that you are looking for. These are beautiful once again. So this one is your Cosmos flower that we're looking at. Beautiful blues and sort of your greens that go through these. So that's beautiful Cosmos flower. From your Cosmos flower, you've got your Emily Silhouette Flower in blue, because once again, it's the same design, but it's just in that blue. If I bring that sunshine yellow in, you'll see it's the same design, but this time your flowers are in blue. So if you're going for that Emily Bell collection, you may want to go for the blue in there as well. From there, we've got your, oh, look at this. This is your
Kensington Gardens.
Oh, I like this one.
It's the only directional print as well.
Oh, so that's the only one that runs down. Go on then, Susie, what's next?
That one is Wildflower Meadow, I believe.
It is your Wildflower Meadows.
Field.
I'm just testing you now.
Yeah.
Testing you. Your Wildflower Meadows. Up next is your Arley Gardens.
Yes.
That you've got there. Love this one. Absolutely love. I love these, the colourways.
Yeah.
Then you've got your Field Rose Blue.
Yes.
That's nice as well. If you're not a big fan of pattern.
Yeah, so this would be really good as a blender as well, but also for fussy cutting if you wanted to. Or fussy cut the flower and use it for the top of a button.
Yeah, oh yes, because you've got
really
you can do your little button toppers with these.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm also thinking as well, if you want to go all Liberty, do one of your big bags in one of your colourways and use this as the lining.
Lining, yeah, that's what I do.
Beautiful lining, because you haven't got, yes, you've still got the colourway there, but you haven't got that, like you haven't got the pop like the next one, so the next one will look beautiful on the outside of ours. This is your Hampstead Meadow, is what we're looking at. Love this. Something very Mother's Day, I feel, about this.
Yeah, it's very Art Deco. So what they've really cleverly done with this design is made the motif directional in two directions, if that makes sense.
No,
so
it does
they're
make
mirror images of each other.
Absolutely.
So they work both ways. It's a brilliant idea.
I love it, because then you haven't got to worry about pattern matching. Don't let this sort of pattern matching get you down. Up next, your Field Rose Plum. I don't know if you've seen a little Field Rose Plum before. Yes, I'm sporting the Field Rose Plum. I've gone for the cravat look as it's Liberty. Thought I'd treat myself. From there, Malvern Meadow is what we've got next. Love the designs in this as well, because you can't really go wrong with this sort of blocked pattern. From there as well, your Chelsea Flower. Once again, nice little blender if you want it to be. Sort of, you've got the best of both worlds with it, because this could be your main fabric, but it could also be that nice little blender fabric if you're going to go with sort of a bigger of a print on the outside.
And the further away you get from it, the more it looks like dots.
No, it's very true, because they are little flowers that you can see there. Mary Rose, love this. Absolutely adore this. I'd like this in a little pocket square. A little pocket square, or it would be absolutely stunning. To match your cravat. To match my little cravat in a little pocket square, that would be beautiful.
And then what were you going to have your waistcoat in?
Oh, I could have, oh, that's the question. What would I have a waistcoat in? Maybe in some of the whites that are coming up, because they're subtle. I'd love these as tablecloths, but I'll get onto that in a minute. This is your Emily Silhouette in Plum. So if you're liking the Silhouette collection, which you are, you're adoring the Silhouette collection, you may want to go for it in Plum. Forget Me Not. I like this one. I like the colourways in this. Absolutely do that. Nice for little children's bedroom. Little clothes again. Yeah, you can use it. It's really good. I've made a lot of dolls' clothing with Forget Me Not. Oh yeah, it'd be beautiful as dolls' clothing. That'd be absolutely stunning. Really cute. Look at that. We've got two more. Mamie. Mamie. Oh, Mamie. Sorry. Mamie. Little Mamie that you've got there. I say what I hear. Mamie. I went all Al Jolson then. I love that. You did. That's why I stepped in quick. I love Al Jolson. £15 and 98 pence. 970388 is your item number. And then Suffolk Fields. Up next, there's your Suffolk Fields. I love this. I mean, once again, as a binding is amazing. That is true. But you've also got that sort of red, white and blue. So with the Jubilee coming up. A lot of this collection would look fabulous for the Jubilee, because you've got to take on, you know, the blues and the reds within it. I love it. So you could have your own Liberty take on. You could have Liberty, like your little Liberty bunting and things like that would be absolutely beautiful. So those are your pick and mixes. Choose any two of those. Now these will be cut as continuing length if you order multiples. So your one day special won't. They're cut already. They're ready to go. These ones, however, if you do want them on the continuous, so you want to do dressmaking, you want to do doll making, you want to do furniture, you want to do a haberdashery, whatever you want to do with them, and you're going to buy the same one, it will be cut on the continuous for you. So you're getting that ½ metre piece of fabric. I'd choose any two. 970388 is that item number. £15.98. Split the cost into two. Split the cost into 2 is what we're going to be looking at on this one. Remember, use that Flextravaganza. Do not pay $15.98 today. Well, in theory, you could get 4 and pay $15.98 today. That'd be your first flexi. It'd be worth doing because I don't think they're going to hang around for long. I really, really don't. Right then, white on white is what we're talking about now. Now, these are 1 metre pieces are your white on white, £15.98. Now, they're a metre pieces, and all I've heard all day, I've had emails about them, that these are very, very special. What's so special about white on white?
Well, it's not so much the white on white, which is very special.
It is special.
What is super special?
A lot of emails.
Yeah. Super special about these is that they are the first fabrics to come out of Liberty's Italy production.
Oh.
So they've been screen printed. It's the Lazenby cotton, so it's the same Lazenby cotton as all the collections are, but it's been screen printed with the motif, and it's on an antique white with the antique white screen printing on the top. And what they've done is, this is really to enhance all your craft and all your quilting, all your dressmaking, to bring out the colours in the collective fabrics that you put alongside it. But as a standalone item as well, they are just stunning. So they've delved into the archives of previous collections and drawn some of the images from those in some of the, I think it's 4 out of the 6 that we've brought you today. And then they've got some newer ones as well.
Right, and Suzie, I'm going to ask you for the names of these. I'm going to turn my screen so you can turn, because you've got them in front of you as well.
I have, yes. So, that one.
If you look at the screens, we will go off you. £15.98. £279,989 is your item number for a metre piece. This one is your
garden walk.
This is your garden walk that you're looking at the moment. Now, we'll give Suzie a little time. I'll give you the details every single time that you've got on this one. Then you've got,
that's Merton Rose. So that was, if anyone remembers Emporium from last year, then this featured in the Emporium collection. So they've used that icon from that.
That is beautiful. £15.98. There does look like snowdrops in the next one.
Well, it is indeed snowdrops. It's the iconic snowdrop from Hesketh House, actually. So it's Snowdrop Bell, that one's called.
So that is your Snowdrop Bell, £15.98. Metre pieces, if you remember, is what you're getting. From there, we are then looking at
Victoria Lace Floral.
Victoria Lace Floral.
So you can see elements of that. It's more open, this pattern, so you've got bigger antique cotton background coming through, but the line drawn elements are just amazing in these.
It is beautiful. And then from there we then move on.
That's Madsi Blossom.
Oh, I love that one. Remember, metre piece, and then last but no means least.
And that's Lindy Silhouette, and both of those two featured in Decadance, which came out at the during last year as well. So they sort of nod to the 60s.
Love them. £279,989 is your item number. £15.98 is what you're looking. Very busy for your white on white. The first time they've come out of the factory over in Italy. Loving these. Now, something else that I need to show you are the Wiltshire Shadow collections. These are 4 metre pieces that you were looking at, but the bonus of these is they will be cut on the continuous length if you're going to buy more than one of the same item. Okay, your details for these are 975337 is your item number. I have 4 different colours to show you. 4 metres. 2 flexible payments of £27. The first one I'm about to show you is the cornflower. Now, we've dressed these up to show you what you could do with your 4 metre pieces when you get them home. £53.99 is what you're looking at on this one. There is a £10 saving on this. You should be paying over £63. Today, you've got 2 flexible payments of £27. Remember, if you like it and you think, I'm loving this, but what I'd actually love is times are hard. It's the end of January. It's been a long old month. Use PayPal. Use PayPal and split the cost into 3 that we've got here. The next one we've got is the Midnight that we're looking at the moment. That's that dark, beautiful midnight colour that you got. Beautiful for dressmaking. Those ball gowns for that summer ball that's only just around the corner. Shirts, waistcoats that you've got. It is stunning. Yeah, little Jubilee outfit that you've got on there. You can just sort of see that as the old sort of 50s sort of style, the big puffball skirt underneath that you've got. Quilt backings on this as well would be absolutely stunning. Then from there, you've got your rose pink, beautiful colourway. Now the patterns are the same throughout, so don't worry about that. The patterns are exquisite, and I'll show you that on the fourth one, which I'm about to show you now. But with this one, there's something so subtle, and it is, if it's your first prom, if it's going to be what a prom dress that would be. Bridesmaids dresses, if you're going to go down that route. You're getting 4 metres. And last but no means least, I've also got the mulberry. Now I'm going to open this out so you can see the size that you are getting. It is absolutely massive that you are getting. So all this is your mulberry. So all of this, it goes, oh no, Adam, oh no, it's a Liberty shirt. All this, don't mess up the fabric, is what you are getting, and so much more. 41, grab that end for me if you would mind, Doug. So it's a 44-inch rinse. I am still here that you're getting. You won't even see, Doug. You won't even see because he's currently in the other set. Yeah, you can't get us all in. It is absolutely huge that you're getting all of this. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. 4 metres is what you are looking at for Liberty fabric. 975337 is your item number. From that, £53.99 is what we're looking at for these 2 interest-free flexible payments of £27 is what you're getting as well. There is one more thing that I also need to show you. If you want all those for you as well, I've also got a quilt kit on the show. Now, it'll be a throw size quilt that you're looking at, 48 by 60 inch is what you are looking at. You are getting the pattern included as well, so you are going to get the pattern included into these. 2 flexible payments of £33.50 is what you're going to look. And so you are going to get the beautiful pattern booklet. Now, is this, but you're getting all the fabric to make the front of the quilt, the instructions included. Is it an easy quilt to make?
Super easy, yes, super easy. So if you're a beginner, this is absolutely perfect for you. So it's a great way to introduce you just into cutting, if nothing else. There's very, very little seam matching, which is even better.
That's good.
And you'll learn how to bind as well. And you can use those 4 metre lengths of Wiltshire shadows. Those will enable you to bind the back. I've actually used all 4 on the back of that one to back the quilt. So you've got enough in your kit to do all of the front, including the borders and the binding, but you'll have to add your own backing.
You have to add your own, yeah, you'll have to add your own backing and wadding. I would show you the back, but I daren't touch because it will all fall over. So you're getting enough to make the front of your quilt that you're getting, so it's worth having a little look at that as well, because it's an amazing price. And if it's your first time dabbling with the wonderful world of Liberty, this may be the way to go, because you are going to get that pattern as well. £66.99, 2 interest-free flexible payments is what you're looking at on this as well. 030157 is your item number. £33.50 is what you are looking at. It is a beautiful Liberty quilt is what you've got on this. So it's worth having a little go. 030157 for that quilt kit is what we're going with. Right then, you've seen more or less all of my new stuff. That is everything I need to show you that is new from the wonderful world of Liberty. There is so much more on the website and there is so much more on the app as well. But should we see how amazing this all goes together? Because I know it can be daunting when you get nice fabric home, you just want to sit and stroke. You daren't cut because I can't cut, it's Liberty. What am I going to do then if I go wrong? That's what we're going to try and get rid of this hour. I literally want you to enjoy these when you get them home and use them, because many people buy this beautiful fabric but then it's too scared to cut into it.
Yeah, and because it's Liberty, everyone just wants to sit and look at it and stroke it, but which is lovely, but it's such a shame because they're designed to be used. And wouldn't it be so much nicer to create something iconic for your home or to wear? Or just as a gift, just a simple bag to give as a gift would mean so much more to yourself and to the recipient. And you've got that added bonus of it being Liberty fabrics.
That is
and everyone's
true.
going to spot it and know it. So, yeah, it's just that next level, isn't it?
Right, then what are we up to? What are we making?
Well, I thought we'd have a look at this quilt kit.
Okay, let's do it.
Because it uses a lot of the fabrics. I chose the fabric selection for the quilt, trying to showcase and mix them up as much as I could, really. As I say, the quilt kit is super easy to follow. We've given you a kit to make the throw size. Yours is in a lovely booklet. Just for ease of use, I always photocopy for personal use only. I don't do anything else with it. But then I can make my own notes on it, because I hate destroying the originals. But we've looked at doing the throw size, and that's a pretty big size. As you can see from the set, it's 48.5 inches by 60.5 inches. So it's a good size to sit and cuddle under if you want to. So the first thing you're going to do when you get your fabrics is iron them. If you want to, then treat the fabrics with either Best Press, Starch Savvy, whichever you prefer, which just stabilises your fabric a bit. But this project, everything's cut with the grain, so you're not cross-cutting, so the Best Press isn't necessary. You've not got any half square triangles, or you're cutting into triangles. So for each of your fabrics, you follow the instructions and you cut them into the sizing they say across the width of the fabric. It's all done by strips, which means that when you come to assemble it, it's really quick, and you're actually doing 2 blocks at once,
okay,
which is even better. So the quilt top you can easily make in a day. Easily make in the day. The quilting could take you a lot longer. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up what is going to be your small square, and this is where you have to just trust the pattern, because anyone who's new to strip piecing is going to think, well, how is a piece that's wide going to end up really small? And what you do is you stitch a 1/4 inch seam of a strip of the background, which is the Wiltshire shadow in white, all the way down one long edge, and then you do the same on the other edge, and then you press the seams open. Easy so far, yeah?
Yeah, I'm with you so far.
So the next thing we're going to do is cut this.
Oh.
I know, this is where we all get really scared, isn't it?
We can sew, we've done the sewing bit.
But even that is easy. So we've got the shape cut that we're going to use. Now my shape cut, because this is 12 inches, I'm just going to fold this edge to edge.
We've got the shape cut on the show as well. Let me bring you the details for the shape cut. £39.99, put the cost of that onto flexible payments as well. 228586 is that item number for your shape cut. And remember, it is on flexible payments as well, of 2 interest-free flexible payments of £20 today.
So you need to cut a 9-inch piece out of your stripped piece. I'm going to have to speak really slowly, because otherwise it's all going to go really wrong, isn't it, with these things? So with the shape cut, make sure you're on a cutting mat, of course. You need a rotary cutter. And you've got dark solid lines that you can line up against the fold of your fabric. And you've got 0 to 12 marked at the bottom with little teardrop entry points for your rotary cutter. Thing to remember is to keep your fingers out the way. Hold it down, but keep your fingers out the way of the slot you're cutting into. So I've lined up on this 1-inch black solid line along the fold of the fabric, and I'm just going to tilt slightly my rotary cutter and then move it upright to run along the 0 line, and then I know I've got a clean straight edge. Then I'm going to come along to the 9, again tilt slightly to enter, move my fingers along but not right up to, because I don't want a manicure, and then I can cut my 9-inch, and that's my pieces done. Now it'll tell you how many you need for the whole quilt. We're just going to do 1 for now. So once you've got that, you're then going to add on some borders. So we're going to subcut some of the Wiltshire shadow. So I've just got a piece here that's a width of fabric, but again we're going to use the shape cut to cut it into strips. And we want this strip to be 2.5 inches wide. So it's been folded. I'm going through 4 layers now, which you can do. But just to show you, you can use any size strip. It doesn't really matter. but you need to line it up on the fold. Make sure you've got all the ends encompassed, and again remember, tilt in to go in, slide all the way up and then move across to 2.5. So you've got 1/2 inch increments, but you've also got a 1/4 inch marked. So if you needed to, you can shuffle and make the quarters and the 3/4. So it's a really useful tool to have. And it's safe, your fingers are out of the way. It means cutting is really quick as well. So it's a good investment if you're going to be doing a lot of quilting and patchwork.
Details for that are on the screen at the moment. £20 is what you're looking at on 2 interest-free flexible payments. 228586 is your item number. And I'm guessing if you're just cutting any strips, if you want to turn these into your layer cakes and things like that, you can do that with this little tool as it is. It is a tool. It's going to be a handy little tool to be using. So if you are going to make your cushions, and you can see them in the back of the set, your cushions and things like that, you can use them. And you've got all your angles as well, so you can go down with your angles. If you want to do your 90 degrees, 45 degrees, you can do all that with it because you just manipulate the shape and manipulate the tool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thing to do though, look, it's quite flexible, so make sure you store it flat. Okay. Don't store it upright because it will, keep it flat, she says. I'm not, now you can subcut this into 13.5 inches, which is the length that you've created when you've strip pieced these, but I'm afraid I don't. Okay. I'm naughty. Well, what I do, and this is because I like to fabric save, is I use it as one piece and then I trim it as I've sewn it, because that way I'm saving all the bits of fabric, because it is Liberty fabric, so even little bits, I say. What, even that little offcut you'll keep? Yeah, of course I will. Yeah. What would you do with that? Well, you can use it for stuffing for a start, so when I make pin cushions, which I seem to make an awful lot of, you can use it as stuffing. Okay. But you never know when you need an extra little bit on something. Not that little bit, come on, Suze. Not that little tiny bit. Don't throw anything. Now, the other thing to remember is this Wiltshire shadow, because it's tone on tone, finding the right and wrong side can be a little bit tricky. Okay, we thought that earlier. We did say, well, these the right way up or are they the wrong way? Is there a right and wrong side? There is. How do we know? How do you know? The easiest way to do it is you can feel, because one side, where they've screen printed, you can actually feel, and the camera is picking that up beautifully. It's easier to see it on camera than it actually is in real life. It is, but if you turn it over, can you see how now it's slightly shadowed and mottled? So if I do a bit either way, side by side, this hand that I'm wiggling now is the right way round. The other one looks like it's got fusible web on it. Exactly. That's how you can tell. So it's right sides together and you're going to stitch down that side. Now you can pin it by all means. I'm not going to. I'm going to wing it. Oh, you're winging with Liberty? I am. Oh, I'm a real rebel today. Obviously I would pin at home. It's Liberty fabric. But then again, don't be do that though. Don't be scared. Didn't like that at all. Don't be scared of the fabric that you've got here. While Susie's doing this, let me give you a quick look at the one-day special once again. The plum, almost 20% of the plum now has already gone. Almost 20% of that plum now has already gone. 902472 is your item number. I've then got the multi that you've got here. Remember, you can get these in the half-metre pieces as well, cut on the continuous. These won't be on the continuous. If you're buying 2 of them, they will not be on the continuous. Then I've also got the blues as well as an option. So you've got that beautiful blue option. You've got 2 flexible payments of this as well, because we are in Flex Extravaganza. What would the first flexi be? It would be just over £15. I want to say 16.47. 16.47 today, plus your P&P. If you're in the Freedom member, it'll be 16.47 because it's free delivery. So 16.47 today will get you this home, and then 16.47 in a month's time. 902472 is the item number that you are looking for with this one. Something that's very, very busy as well. You are adoring the white fabric that we've got on the show. It's the first time this white fabric, it's all the way from Italy. that you've got on this one. It's white on white. It has been screen printed. As what you see there is what I can see in the studio. It's when you get closer to it is when you can actually see the detail. Now these are 1 metre pieces that you're looking at by a 44-inch width that you've got. So they are really big and really useful. I personally, with the metre pieces, I would sort of use these as like a nice tablecloth. You know, you have that one nice tablecloth. I would be using them for that. I think it would be absolutely stunning because it looks like that beautiful ivory tablecloth that you got down. But when people get up close, they go, actually, oh, it's got a little pattern to it. It's stunning. Let me give you the details one more time. So you've got the garden walk. First of all, loving the garden walk in a metre piece that you've got there. From there, you've got your Merton Rose. Loving this one as well, your beautiful Merton Rose. Merton Rose, you've got Snowdrop Bell because you've got that beautiful snowdrops that's on there. So that is your Snowdrop Bell. From Snowdrop Bell, you've got Victoria Lace Floral up next, which is this one just here. Loving the florals. From there, we move on to your Madsi Blossom. That you've got limited stock for the Madsi Blossom now. Limited stock is what we're looking at. And then last but not least is your Lindy silhouette that you've got. So that is your Lindy silhouette. £15.98. 279989 is your item number that you've got on this. But you need to be quick. If I was you, it's going fast. Now, remember, all of these prices you can split into two. Anything over £1 is sort of in the Flextravaganza event, which means you can split the cost up to 2 interest-free flexible payments. Don't believe me? Here's our Janice to tell us more.
It's Flextravaganza time! From Friday the 21st at 6 p.m. until Monday the 31st of January at 6 p.m, we're giving you the chance to spread the cost of your New Year's projects by bringing you our Flextravaganza event. Over the course of a week, if you add any items to your shopping basket worth £1 or more, online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flextravaganza Flexi Basket offers. This means you can spread the cost of your entire order into 2 equal interest-free Flexi Buy payments, offering you a more cost-effective way of shopping with us. Pay the first payment when you place your order, then the second payment a month later. Flexible payments for everyone. Join us from Friday the 21st of January at 6 p.m. to make your shopping experience with the craft store even easier.
Welcome to the launch of your beautiful one-day special. We launched at 6 o'clock with the fabulous fabric from Liberty, and we've already had our first sell out. The Madsi Blossom now has already gone. So this one here has now already sold out. If it's in your baskets, it's worth checking them out. Right then, let's go back over to our Susie for more demonstrations.
So having done a bit of maintenance, we now have our first side attached. So let's cut that one off. So what I do is once I've stitched that, I turn it over, and then with a quilting ruler and a rotary cutter that has completely disappeared, there it is, I just line up along that edge and trim my fabric, and therefore I know it's exactly the right size I need, and this is how I do my borders as well and sashing. And I've not wasted any fabric. So now I can take that piece over to the other side and do the border on that side as well. So again, 1/4 inch seam, and hopefully my sewing machine will do its thing properly this time. Yeah, there you go.
Remember, for this one, you've got these in the beautiful quilt as well. So remember, we are looking at the quilt at the moment. 48 inches by 60 inches. It's on 2 flexible payments. You get everything you need to make the front of the quilt. You'll only need sort of your wadding and the backing that you're going for this. But if you're going for those big, the big panels that you've got in there, perfect backing. For those, as you can see, we've turned them into dresses, but you could do that as well should you want to. So it's worth having a little go if I was you. So all the details are on the screen for those beautiful quilts. You've just seen it then. It's absolutely stunning and very easy to put together, and comes together quite quick, I feel.
It does, yes. So having done this, we're then going to subcut this to give us our squares, and you'll then see how it all comes together so quickly. So I'm now going to press these seams open without giving myself a sauna. And the reason you press open is because that way, when you nestle your seams together at the next stages, they all lie flat. The whole quilt will lie flat for you. And remember, it's not ironing clothing, you're pressing fabric. So you press that seam. So I track ahead with my finger to open it and press into that seam. You don't want steam on, which is why I've switched it off so I don't get saunaed. And then I always press from the other side as well. And you can see how well the Lazenby cotton presses when you run over with an iron. It's just amazing.
That's nice, ain't it? Look at that.
I mean, exactly, frame that. Bit of artwork on your wall. I wouldn't need anything else, would you?
If you just do those, if you do 6 of those, there's beautiful placemats. You back them with the heat-proof matting as well. You are good to go with that.
Perfect, wouldn't it? But also, if you just wanted to put these in a box frame, you could add a little bit of bead detail or hand stitch detail, and you've got the most stunning pictures in your room as well. Be absolutely glorious. Right, so what we're going to do with this now is subcut this even further. So the first thing you need to do is you're going to cut it into 6.5 inches. So ideally you want the middle bit to be exactly the same size. So the easiest way to do it, well, this is how I did it, it's not necessarily the easiest way, is I found the point at which the midpoint of those and just finger pressed, because I've just done that pressing, it retains structure in the fibres to allow me to finger press. So I've finger pressed where the centre is of the block, so that now I know I need 6.5 inches from that point. Well, my ruler happens to be 6.5 inches, which is just fluke. So I can line that up. You are roughly cutting it in half. It just double check your measurements though, just in case your 1/4 inch hasn't been what it was before. And then you're going to turn that round and do exactly the same to each of those 2 halves. So again, I'm just lining that up so we know it's in the centre. And you can see how we've now got our small square. It's clever, isn't it? So clever. So you're making 2 at once. 2.
Oh, and then you add the other binding around the edge
then
of
we're
that
going to add, yeah. So clever.
Oh, but not all the time. Oh, it now makes sense what you're up to.
It does.
Because you don't go all the way around with that the white on white. You sort of leave it as an L shape with your box in the corner, and that's how your pattern works.
Yeah. It's very clever, isn't it?
It is, because it looks. So you. I don't know if you can see. I don't know what box you're on, so there is the white on white that we've just put on. All this is from another panel. Yeah. Okay. So if you want more of that white fabric, I have got a pick and mix. You can see it on the website, is where you can see that it's the Wiltshire Shadow is what you're looking at on this one, and you can choose any 2 half meters for £15.98, and it will be cut on the continuous. If you go for 2 of the same, it'll be cut on the continuous. But if you wanted to back your beautiful quilt, this may be the way to go. Love these, and it's sort of double-sided. You've got loads of colourways on that one, so it's worth having a little look at that. Let's get back to demo.
So once we've got our 4 pieces, you only need 2 per block, and then you're going to bring in what we call the medium square. So for this I've used Chelsea flower, which is just such a pretty fabric. And you're going to pair them up, and that creates your block. So that would make a glorious cushion.
I love that.
So if you don't want to make a quilt, if you're not a quilt person, then make lots of cushions.
With the pattern, does it tell us what we need to use, or do we have the right of rein we can use? Because they're all half meters. So,
you could shuffle them about if you wanted to.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, so
if I wanted a different binding, I could shuffle it all around.
On the back of the pattern, it gives you how much you need for each of the different fabrics, A, B, C, D, E.
Okay.
So as long as the amount that you're using corresponds to that, then you're okay.
Then you're okay to go.
Yeah, but pretty much you can shuffle about. I've just chosen this scenario, but if you wanted to move it around, you can do. Definitely.
Do we have fabric left over as well at the end?
You do.
Well, that's nice.
not oodles, but enough that if you wanted to make it a reversible quilt, for example, you can strip piece the back or do another couple of blocks or a few blocks in the back and paste them with some of your Wiltshire shadow around it as well. So you get a totally different quilt on the other side. Why not make it a twofer?
Might as well. £66.99 on 2 flexible payments of £33.50. 030157 is your item number. Emily Bell, she's been busy. Very, very busy. Brand new, only just been released. And I mean just released is what you're looking at on this one. With your Emily Bell, though, you can go down. Look at this, the infinity scarf. I love an infinity scarf.
I love an infinity scarf.
Because they're like big snoods. But you can create things like these. How beautiful are these? Fully reversible as well that you've got in there. So you've now got that beautiful snood look, but it's made out of Liberty fabric that you've got. Absolutely adorable. Now you're choosing any two is what you've got in this. They're half-metre pieces, but once again they will be cut on the continuous if you want them to be. Let's go quickly through your colours. We've got cobalt. First of all, I don't know why I can't say it. Cobalt. I've got a very posh because it's Liberty. Cobalt is what you've got there. You've got evening sky, peacock, olive leaf, lime, mermaid, marine blue, blue sky, watermelon, vintage pink, candy floss that you've got there, mauve, violet, saffron and sunshine yellow. £15.98. Choose any two. Choose the same two. It'll be cut on the continuous. 009107. Let's get back to our Susie.
So what I've done is how we had those blocks laid out, I've stitched them together in pairs, top and bottom, and I'm just pressing the seams open because now what we're going to do is nestle those together to create our finished block. So we want to put them that way round. So because I've pressed them open, when I come to pair them, you can line up those seams really neatly and they'll lie flat. So what I do is use my press mat to push a pin through the seams so I know they're lining up, and then I'm good to go at the sewing machine. And I do pin this bit. I don't wing this all the time.
You do pin occasionally.
Yeah, I do. I love, yeah. I'm not a lazy pinner, but because I do a lot of sewing, I pin when I need to rather than all the time. So obviously I don't go over my pins, so they'll come out as I go across. And again, it's a 1/4 inch seam. So you use the 1/4 inch seam throughout the quilt. Or if you're going to make it a pillow, then you'd use a 1/4 inch throughout.
Once again, don't be scared to cut these. Use your Liberty fabrics. Really do use them. And I know we all do it. And I'm not just saying it. We all get scared. It's the name. It's the Liberty name that you've got there. So when you get the fabric home, you go, oh, it's Liberty. I don't want to ruin it. I don't know how to use it. I'll just leave it. I'll go back to my calico. I'll go back to that fabric that I've got. Don't. Use your Liberty. Just treat it like any normal fabric that you would. That's very, very busy for your Emily Bell, but we're also busy for your one-day special as well. £32.95. You could do exactly the same what Susie's doing now, but in your one-day special. But you could go down your old quilt. You could watch this back, make notes, and do your own. Make your quilt covers, make your duvets, make your pillowcases, make your throw cushions that you've got there. £32.95. 2 interest-free flexible payments on this as well. Just over £16 is what you're looking at. Your first interest-free flexible payment. 902472 is your item number. We've only got 7 minutes left.
Gosh, where did that go? So what I'm then going to do is just square off the block, and all that means is just take off any dog ears. So that is a finished block ready to go on the quilt. So you're going to make, I think it's 5 of those you make for the throw. No, 6, sorry. 6 of these you make for the throw, which means you repeat that process 3 times because obviously we've already done another 2. And then you're going to make the other block. Now the other block is almost the same. It's just the different fabrics. So again, you're going to take a long strip width of fabric of your feature and width of fabric strips of your background, the Wiltshire shadow, and then you're going to subcut that again. And this time we're going to cut that into, she says, 8.5 inches. So we can use our stripology again. So to do that, I'm going to fold it in half so it fits underneath, because with those strips on the side, it's just beyond the 8.5, the 12-inch gap. So we get our shape cut again. Line up a solid line on here, the fold of the fabric. Make sure our zero's within the fabric edges. Fingers out the way. You can see how I talk to myself in my workroom, can't you?
No, I like it though. Tell us what you're doing. It'd be a very quiet channel if you didn't tell me what you were doing at the moment.
I'll just stay in my own little bubble. But this way, at least it reminds you, you know, you're not going to start looking over here.
That's very
But
true.
the great thing about channel cutting like this is that you can't get your fingers in there. Someone did ask me if you could get a pen in here to draw lines on. No is the answer.
Propelling pencil?
It is specifically designed for a rotary cutter.
Oh, it's not even the thin lead of a propelling pencil?
Well, if your propelling pencil lead was about 5mm in length, possibly, but I suspect it would break the lead as you enter out of the teardrop. It is really designed for using with the rotary cutters, yeah. And it needs to be a rotary cutter where the blade gets half exposed like this one, not one that stays, you know, half cased, because that won't fit in the groove. So, but it's just so time saving. That's what I love about it. Really love that aspect. And then you need some more of your Wiltshire shadow, which has disappeared. So we can do one side and then I'll cut another strip. So we're going to repeat that process. So you just go round the sides.
But things like your strip cushions that we've got on set, the little bags that we've got on set as well, very quick and easy projects to achieve, and they're projects that where you don't need to be scared because you're just cutting strips. So it's like using your layer cakes, it's like using your jelly rolls that you've already had in the past. Things like these are absolutely beautiful. They really, really are, and they are using that beautiful fabric from your one-day special, and you are going to get a lot left over. So whether it will be pin cushions, whether it be little cushions, getting 2.5 metres worth of Liberty fabric is what you're getting in this for £32.95. 2 interest-free flexible payments on this as well, or 3 if you're using PayPal. So imagine this on 3 interest-free flexible payments. Using that PayPal, you're really getting value for money when we talk about this. You've already got a £7 saving from Liberty. 902472 is your item number that we're looking at. You've got your blue, you've got your plum, and you've also got your multi as well.
Okay, so I need to cut another strip, and I've purposely done that so you can see when you've got a full width of fabric how you can easily cut it using your shape cut as well. So all I've done is fold the fabric, use that fold line to line up my shape cut, and then I can easily cut my 2.5-inch strips. So if you want to do your own strip roll, jelly roll, whatever you want to call it, you can easily do it just using the shape cut. So I've got my 2.5-inch strip straight away.
She'll keep that bit.
Sorry?
You'll keep that bit.
I'll keep that bit. I'll tell you what else that it gets used for. So one of my children, one of my sons has rats, pet rats. They are pet rats, I hasten to add, and they use them for the bedding.
Oh, what posh!
I know.
The best Liberty bedding.
I know.
I push my luck if I have Primark.
I know.
Let alone the rats. Other brands are available, B&M's, Homebase.
Yeah.
But Liberty bedding.
Yeah, I know. Get them. They don't. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's all right for some.
It's ridiculous. But it means that they get used up. They don't get everything. I keep a lot of it for stuffing and for other uses, but yeah, they get the really
finest Swiss cheese you can find. What rats they are.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? There you go, so we've done both sides now, and then I can just trim off those, and you're going to repeat. But what we can do is turn these into cushions, which is a really quick way. If you are wanting a quick makeover for your house, for your bedroom, for your lounge, just for your conservatory, anything, making a couple of cushions is a great way of bringing in a completely new look, isn't it? And it's not particularly expensive. Again, we've got another picture frame going on.
We have a little smaller cushion that you've got there as well, and all the hard work. We've only got 90 seconds left, but all the colourways have been done for you. So everything has been done in blocks of colour. So you've got your beautiful blues, so you know they're all going to match. You've also got even the multi matches as well with this, because sometimes you think multi is a bit of a pick and mix, but it's not. But if you want to go for all three, they would all match as well. You can see from there they would all match if you went for all three, because you've got the pinks that run through all of them, and then the flowers as well. Catherine is back at 8 o'clock this evening with us, Susie, as well. What we got then? What we up to?
Well, I thought we'd have a look at doing some strip things.
Strip things?
Or we could do some applique.
Catherine and Susie doing strip things. Who knows what that means? Who knows what that means? It's a show title in itself. Tune in at 8 o'clock. What a way to get viewers. 902-472 is your item number. You know, maybe that's where I went wrong. Should have took the cravat off halfway through. £32.95 is what you look. We've only got 30 seconds left. Thank you, Susie. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
If you've got any questions as well during the one-day special hours, keep them coming in. Studio at thecraftstore.com is the quickest and easiest way. And if you get your fabric home and you think, oh, what do I do? You can watch these back on Rewind. Well, you can for the next 60 days is when you've got them on Rewind for as well. Right, and don't go anywhere. We have got so much more to shop for here on the wonderful world of the craft store. We are the craft shop that never, ever shuts. The website stays open 24 hours a day, 24 days a week, all the time.